what's over there? Just wonder where the flag was. Hey, welcome into it's the Oldham Ramona Rutland gym for another Sauls Media broadcast of the Elkton Lake Benton Elks. Run with the Herd tonight live on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in and following Elkton Lake Benton Athletics. Our exclusive presenter tonight is Bankstar Financial with locations in Volga, Brookings, and Elkton. Bankstar provides big-time business with a small-town feel. Looking to finance a home? Need a car loan? How's your retirement plan looking? Stop in today to chat with your local professionals. Bankstar Financial, a proud sponsor of Elkton Lake Benton Athletics and Sauls Media Broadcasts. Well, welcome to Ramona, South Dakota, Stephen. I'm Alan Rydell. I've got Steve Rydell with me, and we are in the Oldham Ramona Rutland gym. And it is quaint. We are in the action. We might get a pass at some point during this game, but we're sitting in the corner. I believe we're literally about 3 feet from the end line. But we will bring you the information that we can while we're here. We're going to have cheerleaders beside us. We're going to have the band about 10 feet from us. And crowd to our left, crowd to our right, stuck in the middle of you, huh, Stephen?
Exactly. This is what we would call one of those barn-style gyms. If you take a look on camera, you can see the ceiling vaults in the middle. Makes for a amplifier of sound, so to speak. So when the ball hits the floor, it's going to be loud, and we'll be hearing it. So exciting to be a little close to the action here.
Yeah, and we do have our new soundboard, so hopefully that is sounding better live and just awake out there. So if you can't hear us, I don't know what to tell you. Just we'll figure it out today or tomorrow, and we'll get this thing dialed in, and we'll be kosher for the rest of eternity, or till it dies, one of the two. So, just FYI here, coming in tonight, the Elkton Lake Benton Elks just lost a really close one in duel on, I think it was Tuesday?
Yep.
They lost that one 46-44. Just a two-pointer. It was literally 0.8 seconds on the clock when I looked up at the end of that, when that shot went in from, I believe it was Peter Ryan, something like that.
Peter Ryan,
They made the shot with 0.8 seconds left to give the Dual Cardinals the lead on that one. So with that, though, the Elkton Lake Benton Elks come in at 9-3, just losing their last, lost their last one 44-46. And then won the Dakota Valley Classic game the game before that. So then they come into Oldham, Ramona, Rutland, home of the Raiders. They come in at a 2-11 record. They actually have won their last 2 games. Started out, just had some rough times along the way. But their last 2 games, they have won both of those. So they're kind of on a streak. Sioux Falls Lutheran, they beat them 68-54. And that was here at home. And then they beat Flandreau Indian here at home, 64-47. So now the Elkton Lake Benton Elks come to town, and we have a barn burner, I hope.
I hope not literally, because we are in a barn.
That's true. Probably the wrong reference to use in that aspect, but everything looks metal in here except the floor, so I think we'd be okay. And it's covered with so much shellac, I don't think it'd start if you tried.
Be one of those floor is lava type situations, I think.
Yeah, well, I guess the bleachers are a little wood, so we'll go back on that. No barn burners here. Maybe just a close game.
We've got an exit door if
we
things get real hot.
I mean, we are probably the closest to getting out of here in a hurry. The problem, I think, and we won't tell anybody, is that we're blocking a fire exit. But nobody has to know that. We can throw the table onto the court and get out of here.
Don't call the marshal, they say.
Don't call the fire marshal. Chances are he's here already, or she, taking care of that stuff. So, in a little bit here, we'll have the starting lineups. They are brought to you by Elkton Locker in downtown Elkton. Put hand-cut steaks, chops, and chicken on your family's table and support a local business. Steve and Diane have been longtime supporters of Elkton Lake Benton Athletics and are proud to be a part of these Sauls Media broadcasts. Stop into the Elkton Locker today for weekday hot lunches, fresh produce, groceries, deli, and savory steaks and chops. And then eventually we'll have the opening tip, and that'll be brought to us by Bell Brands, the mini baby bells, the snack cheese of champions. Peel one today. We still got to bring one of those with us.
Oh, I meant to do so. I bought some at Aldi this week.
Oh, and you forgot to bring them. You're killing me. Some of our other sponsors, Elkton Locker, Elkton Electric, Elkton Lumber, Precision Risk Management, Shorty's Hot Box Food Truck, the Lake Benton Resort, IPS Integrated Power Services, Nick's Hamburgers, Jimmy John's, the Man Cave Barbershop, and Turf Guard Lawn Service. So those are our sponsors for our Saul's Media broadcast. Go ahead and make sure you patronize them. Always love how that's said. Go ahead and patronize our sponsors because they support us and get us here so that we can bring these games to you either at home or on the road. So you guys at home that can't make the game get to at least uh, enjoy it anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to stand up here because I can only see half the court. But there's a close-up of Colt Beck for you. Tanner Dreets right in the corner. Anybody shoots from this corner, we're going to be able to tell if they get fouled. They'll be right on the camera. They cannot escape.
I'm going to have to talk to somebody over at Elkton and see if I can get a hold of one of these warm-up shooting around shirts they've got with the hoods. They're real slick.
I think we just talked to Coach Erickson. We could probably pull one of them off.
I'm glad the style of the sleeveless hoodie is coming back. It's something I really enjoyed while I was in school, and then it felt like they went away for a while. They weren't cool anymore, and now they're back.
You know what happens? And I believe, just because of who I am, that whatever I wear is in style. So we're good there, right? We got about 3 minutes to go. Oh! And Whisker's trying to take our camera out.
There you go, part of the action right there, right?
Right, that's live and in person. Somebody takes out our table, I won't be here. I'll be back by the door.
I have to say I'm appreciative of the fact that the Raiders are rocking the now Vegas Raiders colors.
And for those of you who are wondering where the door is, it's right there. So we are up close and personal. So as we get the starting lineup, I believe I've got the starting lineup for both teams here. We will get them out to you. Then we'll have the national anthem. I'm sure that'll be played by the high school band here. We'll bring you in for that. You guys can listen to that as they play that. And we'll get to the tip-off here. We've got about 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And couldn't ask for a better day of weather in South Dakota right now, could you?
No, when it gets close to that 50-degree mark in the end of January, beginning of February, you got to count your lucky stars. And I will say, though, the groundhog's supposed to come out next week, I think. And we'll have to watch and see what he does. If he comes out and says more winter, I'm going to have a conversation.
We might have to have a groundhog roast if that happens. I'm tired of winter. Even though it's not been bad so far, I'm still tired of winter. So we got about 1 minute and 30 left. We are going to be up close and personal. I may step in front of the table here when they start playing. I'll be famous. I'll be on camera. And the good news, you know, you hardly ever come across this, but the Oldham Ramona Rutland Raiders, if you look at their roster, usually there's some name on every roster that I cannot read phonetically. It just doesn't make sense, right? So if phonetically it doesn't make sense, it's hard for me to say on the camera. But the Raiders have done well. They have Hansen, Pooler, Olson, Wicks, Albertson, Olson, Anderson, Trigstad, Malish, Wall, Bickett, and Westall. I mean, this is the best way to go.
Yeah, I think the hardest name to say on there is probably Trigstad, and we're lucky enough to have known one of those before. So the name comes easy.
You bet.
Boy, that does feel incredible.
That is awesome. I might stand outside and do this broadcast.
The tripod might be long enough. We could reach it through the door.
Right? If we had a remote, it would be awesome. Here is the national anthem. Not that.
Good evening and welcome to Oldham Ramona Rutland High School and home of the Raiders. We would like to extend a special welcome to our guests, the Elks from Elkton, Lake Benton. At this time, would you please stand for the playing of the national anthem. To show proper respect, remove any caps, face the flag, and stand at attention with your right hand over your heart.
All right, and that was the national anthem as brought to you by the Oldham Ramona Rutland High School Band. And it's always great to see in some of these smaller schools where the players that are actually starting for the basketball team are actually over here playing in the band. Always enjoy that. All right, excuse me. So our starting lineups for the Elkton Lake Benton Elks. Number 0, junior Elliot Erickson. Number 2, senior Riley Nordmeyer. Number 3, senior Tanner Stein. Number 5, junior Colt Beck. And number 12, senior Tanner Dreets. And for the Oldham Ramona Rutland Raiders, number 2, sophomore Boyd Pooler. Number 11, senior Garrett Wicks. Number 24, freshman Riley Trigstad. Number 34, sophomore Roman Malish. And number 44, junior Brennan Beckett. And then we'll get you the tip here as soon as they are ready to go. Okay, and we got 8 minutes on the clock for the first period here. And looks like, no surprise, Tanner Dreets will be jumping against number 44, Brennan Beckett. He's a junior. He is 6'3". So I believe that is a, yep, 6'3" to 6'3". Pretty even matchup there. Brennan Beckett seems to be a little bigger than Tanner Dreets. So we will see how that turns out. But all right, they have a game sponsor. It's good to hear. All right, looks like the coach is pretty much going to stand on the court because that's where his room is. Dreets will get that tip off, and Colt Beck will bring the ball up. Right side to Tanner Dreets for 3. Starts it off a little long, no good. Got to get used to this barn setup. Tanner Stein dribbles in, no good. Rebound by number 34, Malish. And Pooler will bring it up for the Raiders. Pooler goes right side, dribbling all the way in. Nice layup inside, and the Raiders will strike first. Nordmeyer right side to the corner to Stein. Stein dribbling inside, nowhere to go. Gets all the way across to Beck. Beck deep inside, outside to Dreets for 3 again. Still lining up. Shot is no good. Rebound by Hansen. He'll get it to Pooler right side. He'll bring the ball up. Up to number 11, Wicks. Wicks back out top to Wicks. Left side to Pooler. Down to Hansen. Hansen to the corner. Back out top to Pooler. Pooler gives it back to Hansen for 3. The shot no good. Rebound by Dreets. He'll get that loose ball going around. Over to Riley Nordmeyer. To Dreets. Right side to Erickson. Back out to Dreets. Left side to Nordmeyer. Looking down low, nowhere to go with it. Stein. Right side to Erickson. Back out top to Dreets. Erickson in the corner for 3. Shot no good. These players are going to have to get used to this barn setup. They're going to say his knee touched, so he was down by contact, I believe they call that. Malish will inbound to Pooler. Full court press here coming by Elkton, by the Elks, sorry. Elkton Lake Benton. Down in the corner Gets it inside to big number 44, Bickett. Bickett all the way across to Hanson. Hanson with a shot. Shot is good. Up 4-0. Beck will bring the ball up, go right side to Nordmeyer. Down to the corner to Erickson. Raiders not giving any room inside. Riley Nordmeyer sets up for the three. He'll knock that down. And now we're back to a one-point ball game. Pooler bringing the ball up. Erickson giving full court pressure here, making him change directions many times. Down to the corner to 34. That's Malish. Misses that shot. Bickett tries to do it, and big man, as they say, shouldn't dribble. Loses the ball. Erickson picks it up quickly out to Nordmeyer. Out to Beck for three. Shot no good. Rebound by Dreetz. Out to Stein. To Beck at the three-point line. Shot no good. They do have to rein this in. 4-3, the Raiders still lead. 5:05 left to go in the first period. That's number 11, Wicks. Goes left side to Pooler. Pooler back to Hanson. Hanson for a long three. Shot no good. And Stein will get the rebound for that one. Up to Dreetz. Dreetz to Nordmeyer. Nordmeyer inside to Erickson. Erickson out to Nordmeyer. And Nordmeyer for three. Shot no good. Rebound by Bickett. They're going to call that foul on Erickson. That'll be his first. Not sure what happened there. Little Erickson pushed big old Bickett. Malish will inbound to Pooler. Full court press on. Pooler breaks that press. Bickett up front. And they're going to call Erickson for his second foul. He's frustrated there. I think he was looking more at Bickett, who was going to run into him instead of Erickson. Joseph Nibby will come into the game. And Elliot Erickson will sit down. Coach Erickson wants to talk about that with the ref there. Didn't quite agree with the call, but that's how we go. Pooler will inbound. Gets it to Wicks, comes back out to Pooler. Shot no good. That'll be out of bounds off of Stein, I believe. Pooler will inbound for the Raiders. Pooler gets it into Bickett. Bickett to the right side to Malish. Out top to Pooler. Bickett with the screen. Tried to get it over to Hanson, and Joseph Nibby will step in front, get the layup all the way to the other end. Malish right side. Tries to dribble it up. There's a little press there for him. Hanson goes the other direction. You're going to say, yeah, he traveled. Went to go up with it, didn't get anywhere. Tanner Stein got knocked down. I don't know if he got hit in the eye or whatever, but he's down. He'll sit down for a second and get his eyesight back while Blake DeVries comes into the game.
I do want to know, I'm a little concerned for our health this close to the sideline when DeVries and Nibby are in at the same time.
This is true. We'll make sure we can get out of the way quick. Nordmeyer right side to Nibby. Nibby to Dreetz. Dreetz back to Nibby. Left side to Nordmeyer. Corner for Beck. Out top to Nibby. To Dreetz for three. Shot good. And that's the second lead. I forgot about the two. So it's 8-4 for the Elks. Nibby will steal that ball away. And then it's taken by Pooler. But Nibby's knocked down. I think he got a shoulder in the face or something. We'll see. Coach Erickson not happy because two of his players have been knocked down by an elbow or something, and nothing was called either time. I think the referee explained to Nibby why I didn't call a foul. I believe what he said is you weren't carrying a Big Mac, so I couldn't do anything about it. So Pooler will shoot two. That penalty was on Blake DeVries, and Pooler will make his first one. The referee has given Coach Erickson a warning. Pooler will shoot his second one. The coaches, I think, are just told to stay out of the way when the ball comes down the side court because both of them are walking on the court. Bickett will get the rebound. Pooler misses the shot. That's number 10, Ryland Olson, in the game. He's going to be fouled, and that'll be ball out of bounds. Blake DeVries' second foul. Pooler will inbound. And he'll get it out to number 34, Malish. Tries to get it inside to Bickett, and it's taken away by Nibby. Nibby quickly the other direction. Gets it to Blake DeVries, up and in and good. Kind of a slow pass, but DeVries noticed it, got in there, got it. Pooler coming up for the Raiders. Nibby gets a hand on that ball, knocks it away, and then Hansen will pick it back up. Knocked away again, this time Blake DeVries. A lot of quick hands out there for the Elks. Nibby right side, gives it to Nordmeyer. Nordmeyer dribbles in a little bit, out to Nibby for three. Shot is good. Nibby gets hot, problems, and the coach for the Raiders wants a full timeout. And with just 2:41 left in the first period, the Elks lead 13-5 over the home Raiders.
I want to mention, I think there's a possibility the Elks saw something in film this week that they liked when they were looking at number 2, Pooler, as a ball handler. We saw Erickson come out of the gate extremely aggressive on the right hand. Drew himself a couple of fouls for it, but you can see the intent was definitely there. And now we've seen Nibby switch on to the matchup, and the same thing has come true there. So I think there's been a conversation that, hey, we think that's a ball you can probably get after. And short of some foul trouble, I would be surprised to see them off of it because they've already generated some points off the transition.
Right, and I have seen a couple of times with Pooler, he doesn't like to go left hand. You know, he can do it, he's capable, but I think mentally he's not as comfortable with it. So we'll see what the Raiders coach comes up with here, and we will move on with this first period. This door does feel fantastic. It is about 475 degrees inside the barn, so there's that. That's the second horn, they say. Tanner Stein will come back into the game. His eyeball is better now.
There is no eye patch, so he must have been okay.
And we now have Tegan Krogh in the game as well, so those two have checked in. Looks like Colt Beck sat down, as well as Riley Nordmeyer. Pooler for the Raiders, top of the key. Blake DeVries will take the ball away from him. Right side to Nibby. Nibby back to Tanner Stein, straight in that lane. Stein in and up, and just outside, DeVries gets the rebound. Out to Nibby. Nibby looking for three, nothing there. Stein, left side to Dreetz. Back out to Stein, over to Nibby. Down to DeVries. DeVries drives inside. Nice drive, shot up and good. Just too fast for Bickett to handle there. Got right around him. Hansen goes quickly up to Malish. Malish right side to Pooler. Pooler back out top to Bickett. Back to Pooler. Pooler picks up his dribble, goes to Malish, top of the key, and that ball is knocked away by none other than Blake DeVries. They'll go left side to number 10, Rylan Olson. Back out to Pooler. Pooler going right side, gets it over the top to Malish. Malish with the shot, no good. Rebound by Tegan Krogh. Nibby coming up, and we're going to have Olson will knock the ball away from Nibby, but it'll be a foul. That was a 10-on-10 foul. Rylan Olson's first one. Nibby will inbound, 1:28 left to go in the first quarter. Tanner Stein, top of the key, goes right side to Nibby. Nibby trying to dribble in, gets it out to Tanner Stein. Sorry, Tanner Dreetz. To Tegan Krogh for three. Krogh shot no good. Pooler gets the rebound, tries to turn and go, and Tegan's big old foot was there, and it bounced off that out of bounds. So Olson will inbound for the Raiders to Pooler, and he'll bring the ball up for the Raiders. 1:08 left to go in this first period. Right side to Olson, back to Pooler. Tries to go around Bickett, setting a screen for him. Bickett's going to drive. That's a lot of mass there. Stay out of the way. And Tanner Stein takes the ball away. Tries to get it up to Joseph Nibby. And that was the ball hitting our table. I should have said ow. That would have been funny. Ow. I'll talk to Coach Erickson about Nibby not saving the ball from hitting the table. Colt Beck back into the game for Tanner Dreetz. To Beck in the corner. Beck thought about shooting the three. Defense came out there quick. Stein for three. A little long, no good. Tegan Krogh with the rebound. Tries to go up. He's going to be fouled by Malish. That will be Malish's first foul. Tegan Krogh will shoot two. First shot is up and good. And Ashton Neal will come into the game. Blake DeVries will sit down for the Elks. Krogh's second shot is up and no good. Bickett will get the rebound, get it to Pooler, and they'll push up. A much bigger team on the floor for the Elks than normal. Hansen dribbling around the middle. Layup, shot up, no good. We'll see who the foul is on. It was on number 3. That's going to be Tanner Stein. Oh, sorry. Foul was on 34, which will be Ashton Neal. So 25.7 seconds left to go in this first period. And Hansen will shoot his second shot. It's up and no good. Neal will get the rebound, get it out to Nibby. 22 seconds left. Nibby for three. Shot is good. And we're up 19-5, 15 seconds left. Pooler bringing the ball up for the Raiders. Pooler tries to go left side. Bickett with the screen. Pooler drives all the way inside. It's taken away by Stein. They're going to say it's on number 13. That's Tegan Krogh. That's his first foul. So he's shooting two. I thought he was on the ground, but shot is up. First one for Pooler. It's good. Brings the score 19-6. Pooler's second shot is up and good. 4.3 seconds to go left in this first quarter. Tanner Stein up to right. Up to Nibby. Nibby for three. Shot no good, but they got a decent shot up. So at the end of the first quarter, those stats are brought to us by Elkton Electric. A leader in the region for all your electrical needs. Elkton Electric can help complete your project. Local owners Justin and Marista Bushman take pride in providing quality, on-time performance for construction projects of all sizes. Get a quote today from Elkton Electric in downtown Elkton. Stephen, what are you seeing in that first quarter?
Well, I think the Elks came into town with a game plan here in Ramona, and they've executed it pretty well here in the first quarter. Pretty clear they want to deny the ball to the inside. I'm sure they were aware of Bickett's size and seems to have a little bit of mobility to him as well. So probably got a little bit of a skill set in the bag. So they want to they want to deny the ball inside there, and then of course they're harping on Pooler there and taking the ball out of his hands. So. And those are converting into transitional points that they've been able to run the floor quite a bit and get active inside. The shooting's lit up a little bit as well. Nibby took one down here that he didn't seem to care. There was a hand in his face, willing to put it up and was able to score it. So I think the Elks got to be happy about that first quarter.
Agreed. A lot of their starters got some time to sit and rest that one too. So at the end of one, they're up 19-7. And we'll get started with the second period here. Olsen will inbound to Pooler. In the game for the Raiders, number 24, Riley Trigstad. Olsen down to Bickett. Bickett with the turnaround. And it goes all the way around the basket twice before it comes out. Olsen up top to Pooler. Pooler driving in, running jump shot, no good. Erickson will get the rebound. He'll start taking off, and he'll be fouled, I believe, by Trigstad. We'll see what they say. Nope, they're going to be fouled by Bickett. And that will be his first foul. 7:39 left to go in this first half. Beck will bring the ball up, go right side to Nordmeyer. Down in the corner to Dreets, back to Nordmeyer. Gets it inside, but it was kicked by Malish. So Elks will get the ball out of bounds. Colt Beck will inbound. Beck will inbound to Dreets, left side, all the way to Tanner Stein. Corner for Beck. Sidestep, dribble in, shot no good. Rebound by Trigstad. Going the other direction for the Raiders. Pooler, right side. Doesn't want to go left, they're making him go. And then he traveled there. So it'll be Elks basketball. 7:09 left to go in this first half. Beck will bring it to Nordmeyer, and he'll bring it up the court. Nordmeyer in the corner to Dreets. Dreets for three. Shot is good. No, a little long. It looked good from here. He thought the same. Took off already. Pooler quickly the other direction. And shot no good. Just runs over Riley Nordmeyer. Shot by Bickett on the return is good. And Beck will bring the ball up for the Elks. Right side to Stein. Stein out to Nordmeyer. Nordmeyer dribbling in, high off the glass, no good. Rebound by Dreets, knocked away. Trigstad will pick it up. And then to Olsen, back to Pooler. Pooler left side to Bickett, inside with Stein. Stein takes the ball away. Says, bring your big body in, I'll just take the ball. Stein, top to Beck. Beck for Dreets. Dreets outside to Stein for three. Shot no good, little long. Erickson gets way up there with Bickett. Bickett is 6'3". Erickson is 5'10". And Erickson got up and got that ball and the foul. That's going to be Bickett's second foul. Beck will inbound for the Elks. Up top for Dreets. Reset up the offense. Nordmeyer dribbling inside. Short shot from the free throw line. Shot no good. Goes outside to Olsen, right side. Back to Pooler. Left side to Bickett. Bickett tries to jump, and Tanner Stein takes the ball away. It's been shown a couple times. Stein's hands are faster than Bickett's. Erickson to Stein. Tried to get over to Dreets. Dreets wasn't there. But that lady in the top row of the bleachers was wide open.
And wearing blue, importantly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There is one thing when you come to the Raiders home gym, you are in the game. No matter where you sit, you're in the game. Pooler, left side to Olsen, down in the corner to Bickett. Bickett inside to Malish. Shot up, no good. It's going to be fouled. I believe it's going to be on number 12, Tanner Dreets. They are calling, I would have said that one was on the ground. But they are calling it on the shot. So first shot by Malish is good. First point scored in a couple of minutes here. So now that we've got the lid off the old bucket. Second shot for Malish. No good. Rebound by Tanner Dreets. And I believe we'll have a foul on number 24. That's Trigstad. Hansen will come in for Malish. And Trigstad will get his first foul. And Dreets will bring the ball up for the Elks. Erickson down in the corner to Nordmeyer. Inside to Tanner Dreets. Back out to Nordmeyer. No room. Dreets outside. Goes in top. All the way around. Gives it to Erickson. Beautiful pass by Dreets underneath. Erickson all alone under the basket for the layup. Pooler right side. Getting a lot of harassment over there. Olsen top of the arc. Bickett from three. Big man takes the shot. It's going to go off of Erickson. I think he expected the ball to at least hit the rim. It didn't. So off of Erickson. Bickett will sit down, and number 42, Lucas Wall, will come into the game for the Raiders. It's not often you get a name easier than Bickett. So Pooler will come in outside to Hansen. Hansen will drive in. Going to be a foul there. A foul on number 3, that's Tanner Stein. It's going to be his first foul, sorry. Nordmeyer will come out, Nibby will come back in. Trigstad will come out, and Malish will come in for the Raiders. Pooler will inbound to Wall. Wall outside to Hansen, and Beck will pick it up. And Hansen will foul Beck. That'll be his first foul. And Beck will shoot 2. 4:36 left to go in this halftime period. And shot is no good. Dreets does a favor for the referees and gets that out of there. Blake DeVries will come in. Tanner Stein will get a rest for the Elks. And Colt Beck will shoot his second shot. Bet he can't do that again. Somebody should have yelled that. Second shot is up, no good. Hansen will get the rebound. Pooler, right side to Hansen. Back to Pooler. Pooler for 3. Shot is good. That brings it 21-13. Tanner Dreets left side. Up to Nibby. Nibby down to Erickson. Eric's been there before. Erickson will knock it out, get to Nibby. Nibby to Dreets. Shot no good. DeVries hit by like 3 people. Couldn't quite pull in that ball. Pooler quickly the other direction. Pooler gives it to Olsen. Back to Pooler. Inside to Malish. Back out to Pooler. Pooler dribbling around the left side. Nothing there. Gives it to Olsen, top of the key. And he's going to travel with the defense by Tanner Dreets. Bickett will come in for Wall. And number 11, Wicks, will come in for Olsen. For the Raiders. 21-13 is the Elks lead right now. 3:42 to go in this first half. Tanner Dreets right side to Erickson in the corner. Erickson dribbling inside, nowhere to go, gives it to Beck. Beck out to Nibby, corner for Dreets. Nibby inside to Blake DeVries. And he was having problems with that leg. His leg wasn't long enough, Steven, I think is a problem. They're going to say he traveled, dragged that back leg.
That is the issue of many a basketball player.
Right, legs aren't long enough. Completely understand.
Do you?
I do. Yeah, if they were a little longer, I wouldn't have to jump. Pooler left side. Pooler goes to the right to Bickett. Bickett back to Pooler. And Blake DeVries with those quick old hands knocks it out of his hands, and Pooler will tap it out of bounds. I think DeVries has like 4 or 5 different knockaways on the ground. Nibby, bring the ball up for the Elks. Nibby in the corner, gets inside, gives it to Erickson. Erickson up. There's everybody but Wicks was on him on that one, so he's going to get the foul. They're going to call it on Bickett. That'll be his 3rd. It's not good to have your big man have 3 fouls before halftime. First shot for Erickson is up, no good. The Wall will come back in for Bickett. Bickett will get a chance to sit down, probably the rest of this half at least. Erickson will shoot his second shot. It is up and good. And Tanner Stein will come into the ball game for the shooter. Elliot Erickson will sit down. 3:03 to go in the second quarter. Malish will inbound to Pooler. Right side to Wicks. Wicks tries to get it down to Wall. Or sorry, that was Malish. Tanner Stein stepped in front, knocked it out of bounds. 22-13, Elks lead. Pooler will inbound. Gets it to Joseph Nibby, but it's knocked away by Wicks. Out to Hansen. Hansen will drive in. Tries to get up. Nibby will get his hand on it. We'll see who they call that on. They're going to call that on Joseph Nibby. That'll be his, where's he at? That'll be his first foul. And Lane Schindler will check into the ball game. Joseph Nibby will sit down. Pooler will inbound. Get it to Malish. And they're going to call Tanner Stein on the arm. And that's going to be Tanner Stein's second foul. Pooler will inbound on the side for the Raiders. Gets it to Wall. Wall back to Pooler. Pooler to Hanson, back to Pooler. Tries to go inside to Wall, and Blake DeVries steps in front and takes off to the other end. Stops quickly. Nice job by Blake DeVries there. Gets the two-point layup as Pooler goes flying by. Quickly inbound to Malish. They're going to say Malish walked. Be Elks basketball. 2:22 left to go in the second period. Elks lead 24-13. Beck will inbound to Schindler. Schindler right side to Tanner Dreetz. Dreetz for three. Shot is good. Just like that, 27-13. Pooler right side. It's tough to outrun Colt Beck. For the right side to Olson. Sorry, that's Hanson to Malish. Out top to Pooler. To Wicks left side. Trying to get inside to Wall. And guess who stepped in front of that? Blake DeVries knocked it out of bounds. Wasn't quite out of bounds. Wicks saved it. Wicks tried to get it. And now we're going to have over and back here. Due to the defense of Blake DeVries, Colt Beck, and Lane Schindler. 27-13, 1:45 left to go in this first half. Schindler will inbound to Beck. Beck right side to Schindler. Schindler inside to Tanner Stein. Out to Beck. Corner for Dreetz. Dreetz for three. Good. And when Dreetz heats up, it's tough for any team. That'll be 30-13. Pooler will bring the ball up for the Raiders, giving a full court press here. Wicks. Right side to Hanson. Hanson dribbling inside. Shot no good. Rebound by Wall. Wall tried to go up and he was blocked by the backboard. Rebound by DeVries. Quickly up to Beck. And then Dreetz. Dreetz inside. Shot no good. Ball bouncing around. Blake DeVries got the rebound. He was tied up with number 42, Wall from the Raiders. Erickson, Neal, and Krogh will come in for the Elks. And Trigstad and number 10, Olson, will come in for the Raiders. And I believe Miles Poindexter will come in for the Elks as well. And Dreetz will get a chance to sit down. Schindler to Neal to Erickson. Erickson dribbles inside. And they're going to call him for a travel. Referee said there's no way his foot stayed in one spot. Erickson disagreed, but that's the way we go. Pooler will bring the ball up for the Raiders. Gets stopped, try to give it to Olson, and Erickson says, yeah, I'll take it, that's good. Erickson tried to pull a DeVries, and Pooler stopped this time. Schindler with the long shot, no good. And we're going to get a push from one of the Elks. I'm not sure who it is. I'm guessing probably 15. Number 11, that would be Miles Poindexter. Don't worry, Miles, that's your first foul. Lots of room to go. 38.9 seconds left to go in the first half. Elks lead 30-13. Trigstad will shoot two for the Raiders. First shot is up and good. Isaiah Olson will come into the game for Erickson. He'll sit down. Second shot is up for Trigstad, no good. Poindexter will get the rebound, and he'll bring the ball up for the Elks. Keegan Crow back to Olson, top of the key, right to Poindexter. Poindexter inside to Neal. Neal to Schindler. Schindler driving inside, out to Poindexter. Back to Schindler, into Olson. Back to Schindler, tries to get in there, and he's going to be fouled. He'll be shooting 2. .42, did he say? I believe it was on 42. That is Wall. His first foul. First shot up for Schindler, no good. Second shot for Lane Schindler is up and good. 15.4 seconds to go in this first half. 31-14, the Elks lead. Left side to Wicks. Wicks will dribble all the way down and go off his leg and out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of Schindler. Neal, you got to stay down there, buddy. 7.4 seconds. Raiders will inbound. It'll be Olson inbounding the ball. Gets it to Wall. Out top to Wicks. Wicks dribbling inside for Olson for a long 3. Shot no good. Rebound Poindexter. And at the end of 2, the Elks lead 31-14. Welcome to the Elkton Lumber halftime show, brought to us by Elkton Lumber. Adding on to the house, building a deck, Elkton Lumber has all the materials you need to complete any project. Stop in and chat with Luke or Danny to make your vision a reality. Elkton Lumber, downtown Elkton. Steven, tell me what you're seeing in that first half.
Sure, a little bit of a mismatch maybe in the guard section of this game. The Elk guards are extremely quick, and they're finding their way into passing lanes, and it's causing a real big problem for the Raiders. We've seen a couple of different shifts rotate themselves in, so good look for some of these guys that maybe wouldn't see as many minutes otherwise. But the starters definitely provided a little bit of a cushion to get those guys in and rotated. So I think the game plan they came in with is being executed right now. Right, we're going to create some havoc in the offense that the Raiders are going to try to run. I think poor Pooler is going to need to find a way to unlock that left hand a little bit, or he's in for a rough second half if he gets some minutes.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think not only the guards, but the forwards as well on Elkton Lake Benton. Just the hands are so much faster than what the Raiders are able to have, and maybe it's just that quick first step, those quick hands. There is a reason that Elkton Lake Benton was so good at football. All of these are their key players that were out there, right? Tanner Stein, Colt Beck, Blake DeVries, they were all out there playing for that team as well. So, a tough go right now for Oldham, Ramona, Rutland, but still an opportunity, still in this. Some of the Elkton Lake Benton Elks getting some playing time that normally wouldn't, but we'll see how the second half goes.
Yeah, I think if you are the Raiders, I mean, there's opportunities back into this game. You talked about guards and forwards, but the one position we didn't bring up is center, and there's a reason for it. I would argue on both rosters tonight, there's one player that I would label a center, and that's going to be Bickett. And if you can get him online, there's a world where that becomes a large number of points and a large number of rebounds quickly. The downside of that, the flip side of the coin, if you will, is that's a lot of up and down for a guy of that size.
Agreed. And I think the biggest problem right now with Bickett, when he was in there, they were doing fine, kind of sticking with it. I think a lot of the steals and the steps in front of passes is where the Raiders have lost the edge they had coming in. But Bickett, when he was in there, he causes a ruckus. He's got a lot of space and stuff, but he got 3 fouls right away, right? So that's created an issue for him as well.
There's also another big problem for that SOTA game plan, and its name is Tanner Stein.
Yeah, that's very true. Because if you're the big man guarding the big man, and you got to keep up with Tanner Stein or Tanner Dreets, either one. But Tanner Stein is a smaller guy. I mean, he's not small, but he's what's his size in here? He's 5'9" or 5'11", right? So he's not a tiny guy, but he's not a great big guy either. But he plays like a big guy. He jumps out of the gym, and he's quick off his feet. So it's tough to deal with when you're a big guy.
I almost wonder if Stein goes into the locker room at the beginning of the week and asks, Coach, can I get some bigger matchup? He really seems to enjoy playing them. Oftentimes you'll see him front the big man and then use his verticality to get up and contest the passes that would normally go over the top of a smaller guard in that type of matchup. And we've also seen him get extremely physical. I think it's one of those things you could probably put a wager on that Stein is at least welcoming to, if not enjoying, some of the contact he's able to receive, and some of the physical plays he's able to be a part of. So I think that's just the kind of player he is. And from our perspective, it just gives us another fun thing to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of times when a big guy is playing someone like that, he's like, oh, this little guy's trying to keep up with me, right? And that big guy tries to keep up, and that's not good for the big guy. The big guy just doesn't have the stamina that Tanner Stein's got, right? And you can tell that out there. Tanner Stein's got a motor like no other than Blake DeVries, and both of them, that first step, they're stepping in front of things, knocking balls away. It's been insane.
Yeah, not a guy I would sign up to ever try to outrun at any point in time.
Agreed.
If it's me, Tanner Stein, and the bear, it doesn't matter if I shoot him. Bear's going to get me.
Right. And normally when you're in the woods and you and your friend are being chased by a bear, you only have to outrun your friend. You don't have to outrun the bear. Hopefully your friend is not Tanner Steiner. You're getting eaten by a bear.
Stein might outrun the bear. He might do it.
Well, we've got 5:41 left on the halftime clock here, and the Raiders have made their way back out to start warming up again. Must have been a quick little conversation. I don't know if the coach went in and said do better, but I mean, that's kind of what it seemed like. That wasn't very long at all.
Well, I think there's maybe a world where you could argue that getting the shots up is more important than the conversation at hand. They've been able to generate some shot opportunities, and unfortunately a lot of them just haven't fallen. And so maybe coach's idea here is just see some go in, and maybe that'll give us a different tone for the second half.
Yeah, and I think for ORR, I think one of their big things they need to do is get a body on a man. Even down on the offensive side, get a body on a man. Because when they're just trying to get open and get those things, that's given the Elks that first free step, right, and not have to do anything. If they can get a body on a man on the offensive side, at least the Elks have to go around them. And that's more often than not, that's when you get that foul on that side, and you'll either get the ball out of bounds or eventually start being able to shoot the bonus. And free throws at that point could start making a big difference. So I think on the offensive side for the Raiders, get a body on a man, start making them play this ball game.
Right idea there, and I think they're tracking exactly where they want to be. Unfortunately, it's a harder task than to make it sound, just because of how quick the Elks can be off the ball. I mean, they're incredibly sharp. I mean, we're not exaggerating, and I'm sure the camera makes them look slower than they are, but to the eyes, the Elks are extremely quick. So even you might set the screen at the top of the key, but they may just slip underneath it, and then you're right back to where you were before the screen was set. So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's an extremely tough matchup for anybody, just how quick these guys are. And it's one of the reasons you see the size not be a problem in other games.
Right. And the Elks, I saw Blake DeVries probably knock away 5 or 6 passes. I saw Tanner Stein knock away 5 or 6 passes. Joseph Nibby knocked away a couple. I mean, there was a lot of problems there for the Raiders when they got down to the offensive side of the court and tried to get down inside the paint. They just, once they got to the basket, they didn't have the ball anymore.
Right. That's sort of what DeVries brings to the table among anything else, right? The situation where no one at any given time has any idea where the ball should be.
Right, and the thing I see, so Tanner Stein goes out there, and he's going to be fast. He's going to jump in front of things. You can see that physically from him. Blake DeVries is that sneaky fast, right? You think nobody's getting to that ball, and boom, there's Blake DeVries' hand, right? He's knocked something away. He's picked it up. He's running the other direction. He is sneaky fast. And if you look at him and coming out here as another player, you're thinking, no problem, we got this. We should match up well, and then he's gone. Blake DeVries has that really quick first step and that really quick hand, and he's doing a great job, both of them on defense right now.
Yeah, I think the big comparison between the two, when I really, really think about it, is just the plan of attack when it comes to obtaining the possession of the ball, right? Tanner Stein is much more, I guess I would say, focused,
calculated,
drilled, right? Yep. Exactly. You can see the plan of attack play out over the course of a possession where, he's understanding this ball is going to come inside to the left hand. I'm going to attack the left hand, come around the outside, and then I'm off to the races, right? Blake DeVries is more, I want that ball, and I'm not sure if it matters there's anybody in the way, and I'm willing to go to the floor for it. And both of those have a lot of value, but it definitely puts the polarization between the two players in the light.
Definitely. And I think at times both of them believe they can fly. And I've seen it many times, and sometimes I don't believe it, but I think it happens. So
the problem for a lot of teams is you've got that variation in defensive styles on the floor at the same time.
Right, and then you add Joseph Nibby, who kind of runs around like that. Colt Beck, who runs around pretty fast, and Elliot Erickson. You get all those guys in there, and as a big man, yeah, you got size advantage, but you never get to see the ball.
It's a totality of conundrums
Yes.
for the Raiders.
I call that the scoot squad, just because they're all so dang fast, but we can come up with a different name. I kind of like the scoot squad, but they don't get together very often, but it's fun to watch when they do. So we got 1:13 left to go in the halftime period. The Elks are back out warming up. Still a few players that have their warm-ups on. Haven't played yet. They're just keeping warm. But I think a lot of our JV guys and our second-string guys are going to get some chances to get in here and get some varsity minutes. So. Well, it is cooling down a little bit outside. It feels fantastic here by the door.
I should have chose to stand. I'm sitting on the metal chair, and that's cooling down faster than I am.
We can move this over and you can stand up. Yeah, I sat on this chair after it had been in this air for a little bit, and boy, it got chilly.
I think at this point we're committed to the bit. I'm just going to be sat for the game.
Okay, sounds good. And we'll be back here again tomorrow for the game for the girls. They play here tomorrow.
See, there you go. I could try a different strategy.
You could. I think we'll try to set up our table at midcourt tomorrow and see what happens. When the jump ball comes, I'll just knock it one direction. It's fine.
We could get one of those drummer cages.
Yeah, the big glass cage we put in.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to try.
Hey, we're full of ideas here at Sells Media.
Yep. So 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. Getting ready to start. Riley Nordmeyer, Tanner Dreetz, Colt Beck, Elliot Erickson, and Tanner Stein. Starters out. So Hansen, Pooler, Olson, Bickett. And I'm not seeing a fifth. Oh, he's over there. Malish is in for the Raiders. They'll get it to Pooler. Pooler will bring the ball up. Give it to Hansen. Over to Bickett in the corner. Thought he was going to try to shoot a three. Bickett out top to Pooler. Bickett had the give and go. Pooler didn't see him. Back to Malish. To Hansen. Back to Pooler. Inside to Malish. Malish on Erickson. A little bit of a mismatch there. And Erickson's going to get the foul there. That'll be the third on Erickson. I wanted to tell him he didn't think it was a foul, but he did bring his hand down. Malish will shoot two. First shot up is good. Second shot for Malish is in and out. Tanner Stein will get the rebound, get it up to Colt Beck. We'll go the other direction. Beck left side to Nordmeyer. Nordmeyer out top to Stein, right side to Beck. In the corner for Erickson. Erickson out to Beck. Left side to Tanner Dreetz. Inside to Stein. He turns quickly and goes up. He's going to be fouled, I believe, by Hansen. We'll see what they say.
All right.
It is going to be on Hansen. That is Braden Hansen. His second foul.
We'll have to check a couple possessions in, but it looks like at this point in time the Raiders have chosen to go zone down there on the defensive end.
You bet. Tanner Stein with his first shot is good. Second shot for Tanner Stein is good. Bickett will inbound to Pooler. Pooler will bring the ball to the right side. And he'll dribble it off the back of his foot, but Hansen will pick it up. Hansen gives it to Olson. Olson for a long two. Stein will knock it away from Beck. That'll go out of bounds. It'll be Raiders basketball. And Coach Erickson showing his athletic prowess.
I changed my mind. I think I'm more worried about our health this half.
Because the Elks are in this direction?
Yeah.
Pooler looking to inbound, gets it to Hansen. Back to Pooler. Pooler around the corner, nowhere to go. Beck right there. Back out to Hansen, top of the key. Hansen from the corner, no good, a little long. Olsen will get it back to Bickett. Bickett to Pooler. Pooler, no room on the baseline. Back out top to Hansen. Hansen for three. Shot is good. Quickly out to Erickson. Forward to Dreets. Dreets with the layup in and good. Raiders didn't get back on defense. Elks made them pay. Quickly forward to Malish. Malish to Hansen. Hansen dribbles down, back out to Malish. To Pooler. Pooler for three. Shot no good. Rebound Tanner Stein. Nice catch of not letting himself hit the ground. Quickly up to Nordmeyer. Nordmeyer steps back for the three. Shot no good. Pooler with a rebound. Pooler pushing the pace. Pooler left side to Hansen. Hansen for three. Shot is good. Hansen's got himself a spot he likes to get to shoot that three. That's two in a row. Tanner Stein to the corner to Dreets. Dreets tries to go around, loses it, catches it back up, gets it out to Beck. Beck for three. Shot no good. Bickett with the rebound, gets it to Pooler. They'll go right side to Olsen. And Nordmeyer will foul him. Nibby will check in for Erickson. Nordmeyer, that's his first foul. Pooler will inbound. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it to Hansen. And Tanner Dreets will knock that ball away. Yeah, should stay here. Good hand by Tanner Dreets. Knock that ball away from Hansen. Pooler will inbound from the corner. A little strange, but out to Bickett. Bickett over the right side to Olsen. Olsen to Hansen. Hansen dribbling around left side, nowhere to go. Back out top to Pooler. Pooler right side. Jump step inside, layup good. Nibby bringing the ball up for the Elks. 5 minutes to go in this third period, 35-23. Long three by Dreets. A little short, no good. Bickett with the rebound. Pooler, they're going to say he traveled. Excuse me. Beck kind of got in his way. Made Pooler think about it. Took an extra step. And it'll be Elks basketball. Nordmeyer will set up the offense. Go left to Beck. Back to Nordmeyer. Drive inside. Kick it out to Dreets for three. Shot no good. Rebound Bickett. Bickett's been huge so far. 3 or 4 rebounds here. Out to Hansen for three. Shot no good. That's not his spot. He likes the spot at the top of the key, not the side. Blake DeVries will come in. Riley Nordmeyer will get a chance to sit down. So you got DeVries and Stein both in the game. Going to have to start calling them the dynamic duo. Hansen out top. And Tanner Dreets will knock the ball out of his hand out of bounds. We got a good view of that right here. Pooler will inbound. Out to Hansen. Back to Pooler. Pooler having some problems with dribble. Pass to Olsen. Hansen for the three. Shot no good. Malish. I think it just bounced off. Nobody touched it. Went all the way out of bounds. Malish thought it touched somebody, so he let it go. Makes Elks basketball. Nibby will inbound a long inbound to Tanner Stein. Nibby will bring the ball up. Nibby dribble there on the right side. Take the baseline. Quickly out to Beck in the corner. To Dreets. Inside to DeVries. He'll turn and shoot. DeVries shot good. DeVries has been deadly from within 8 feet. Olsen right side. And they're going to give that foul to Nibby on Olsen, so that'll be Nibby's second foul. Gets it to Malish. Left to Olsen. Back to the right to Pooler. Pooler dribbling inside, quickly out to Olsen. All the way across, tried to get it to Hansen. Hansen was coming in when he threw it out. Miscommunication there, Elks basketball. 3:44 left to go in this third period. Lake Benton leads 37-23. Inside, trying to get it. That was Colton Beck trying to get inside to Tanner Dreets. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Malish. 3:36 to go. Colton Beck will inbound. All the way across to Nibby, to Dreets in the corner. Back out to Nibby, left to Tanner Stein. He's going to dribble straight in. Gives it to Blake DeVries. Couldn't handle it, but picked it up from out of bounds, got it saved. Olsen will bring it up for the Raiders. And Colbeck tried to take that pass away. Didn't quite get there in time. Got it into Bickett, and Bickett will put it in. Tanner Dreets right side. Goes left side to Colbeck. Colbeck tried to dribble in and lost it. Beck gets it to Dreets. And something happened. Oh, they're going to call a timeout. 32nd.
The question is, so as a team, you can either, the player with possession of the ball can take a timeout, or the coach can take a timeout. Who did they think had possession of the ball to call a timeout at that point?
I think Colt Beck would be the thought for myself as he was sitting on it.
The sitting on it
So,
counts as possession?
I think that's full possession, sitting on the ball.
No, that sounds good enough to me.
I believe it was kind of like a chicken laying an egg. That's where he was sitting.
So we know which one came first, the Colt?
Or the basketball.
Yeah, that's right.
That sounds like a horse or a basketball made out of cow. So which came first, the horse or the cow?
It's a great question, evolution-wise. You have to assume they're related.
All right, 2:57 left to go in the third period. The Elks lead 37-25 over the Raiders. Beck will inbound to Nibby, to Stein. Right side to Dreets. Dreets dribbles around over there. Inside to Stein. Stein tried to drop it down to Nibby. Gets knocked away. Hansen will bring it up. Raiders really having a problem getting it up the court with the pressure from the Elks. Pooler, top of the key. Right side to Hansen. Tried to go back to Pooler, and Pooler didn't want to be where Hansen threw the ball. So Elks basketball. Raiders have really done a good job keeping this better off than it was at halftime. Dreets, top of the key to Nibby, gets it inside to Stein. Back out to Dreets for three. Shot no good. Hansen with the rebound off the ground. Pooler will speed it up the other direction. Pooler didn't want to take him 3-on-1. Goes all the way around, shot no good. Blake DeVries with the rebound. DeVries thought about dribbling and then decided not to. Tanner Dreets with the layup, shot no good. And they're going to say Blake DeVries with the foul. He did kind of walk up and just smack him. He just wanted the guy to know that he was still playing. Tegan Krug will check into the game for the Elks, and Tanner Dreets will get a chance to sit down. 1:52 left to go in this third period. Olsen for the Raiders to Pooler. Gives it to Bickett on the give and go. Bickett tried to throw it. Blake DeVries messed that up for him. Malish gets the loose ball and gives it back to Bickett for the layup. Tanner Stein the other direction. Stein with the layup in and good. Tanner Stein says, I'll see your layup and I'll take an and one.
Yeah, that was plan A all the way through to the block, the other block, and then, of course, shooting there. He was not passing that at any point.
There was no chance. Elliot Erickson checks into the game. Cole Beck will take a seat. Tanner Stein's and one shot is good. Good three-point play there for the Elks. 40-27, 1:27 left to go in the third quarter. Pooler right side, now being harassed by Stein. Pooler picks it up, gets it to Hansen. Hansen driving inside, tries to get it to Malish. That's going to go out of bounds. The referees are going to talk about it.
I'll be honest, I don't know if at any point in time I want to start a play by having Blake DeVries down from the inbounding spot.
Right? They decided it was Raiders basketball. Last touch by the Elks. Pooler will inbound. Going to be, guess who? Blake DeVries knocking that out of bounds. He's everywhere you don't want him to be as an opposing team. Pooler will inbound now. Gets it into Hansen. Hansen tries to turn around. Nibby takes the ball away from him. Beautiful block by Joseph Nibby. Quickly the other direction. Gets it to Erickson. Erickson takes it inside. Shot no good. Gets it out to Tanner Stein. Left side to Tegan Krogh. Back outside to Tanner Stein. They'll slow it down a little bit. 58 seconds to go. Elliot Erickson in the corner. Back to Nibby. Dribbling inside. Gives it to Blake DeVries. Shot no good. Tegan Krogh with the rebound. Tries to throw it up. Going to hit the back of the board and come this direction. Pooler, 42 seconds to go in this for third period. Pooler just can't catch a break. He's guarded by Colt Beck, Tanner Stein. Pooler for three, shot no good. Rebound Blake DeVries. Quickly up to Joseph Nibby. Nibby with the layup. He's going to get hammered by Bickett. That's going to be Bickett's fourth foul. So Nibby will get to shoot two. First shot. No good. Wall will come in for Bickett for the Raiders. Second shot up for Nibby. Good. Got one out of the hack and slash. 21 seconds left to go in this third period. Pooler will bring the ball up. Pooler right side to Hansen. Hansen dribbling down low. Nibby with the rebound. Quickly forward to Erickson. Back to Stein. Stein for 1 second. Shot up, no good. Didn't get the shot off before the buzzer, but at the end of three, Elkton Lake Benton leads 41-27. Third quarter stats are brought to us by Precision Risk Management. Crop assistance from the local pros. Call David Squires today to ensure your farm's future. Precision Risk Management, Highway 14, Volga. All right, Stephen, it's not as bad as I was expecting it to go. The Raiders have scored 13 points, and Elkton Lake Benton only 10.
Yeah, and a lot of those points came off the back of Hansen finding his comfort zone a little bit behind the arc. So that's a great spot for the Raiders to be. I think that quarter was a tale of two acts. And I think the first act is when we saw the Raiders come out in the 3-2 zone. And I think the Elks took a couple different approaches to attack it. The first we saw is the more standard approach to playing against that zone, where you played along the perimeter and used the rotations of the zone to provide an open three-pointer. And they tried that for a little bit, and I think maybe Coach Erickson was thinking, I need something other than the three ball that's not going in. And so they switched that approach to attacking the middle of the zone, just normally, I don't know if I would consider that the right approach, but it's normally the second or the third thing you try after the shooting's not working, not the very next. So
right.
And they found success there. I think you're seeing the penetration of Stein getting into the lane. Nibby was in there as well, and that's where some of those points came in the quarter. Now, don't get me wrong, they hit some threes as well, but we'll see what the fourth quarter brings and if the Raiders stay in that defense or not.
And the question of with Bickett being out right now, he's got 4 fouls. Is that going to make a big difference for the Raiders?
Yeah, the center of the zone not quite as strong without his body there.
Right. So Stein for about a 10-footer shot, no good. Rebound Olsen. Quickly up to Pooler, who has not gotten a chance to take a break. Pooler to Hansen. Back to Pooler, back to Hansen. Back to Pooler. They're just playing catch right now. Pooler turns around, gets it to Wall. And Wall, with nobody on him, makes the layup. Nordmeyer quickly up to Stein. All the way across to Colt Beck. Down to Dritz. inside to Beck for three. And Tanner Stein, they're going to call him with a foul, even though he was the inside rebounder.
I'm going to assume that was something to do with the rodeo throw that came afterwards.
That's a third for Tanner Stein. Tries to go inside the wall. Wall can't catch the ball. Dreitz will get the loose ball, go the other direction. Colt back inside, back out to Dreitz. Dreitz looking to get inside, nowhere to go in there. Back to Erickson. Erickson driving inside, over the wall. Shot is good. All the King's Horsemen and all the King's men shot up over the wall. It was good. I'm not sure that would have happened with Bickett in there. Pooler all the way down. Shot no good. Ball bouncing around. Olsen will get that. Olsen up over Stein. We'll go the other way. 43-31. Elks. Right corner to Nordmeyer. Inside to Dreitz. Dreitz back out to Nordmeyer. To Erickson. Left side to Stein. Back inside to Dreitz for a little 10-footer. No good. Loose ball picked up by Olsen. Pooler all the way to Hansen. Across the court. Hansen right side to Olsen. Inside the wall. They're going to call that on Tanner Stein. That'll be Stein's fourth. And Bickett will come back into the game. Malish will sit down. And I believe Blake DeVries will come into the game. And Tanner Stein will get a chance to sit down. Put Blake DeVries on Bickett. Let's see how long he'll last with 4 fouls. We've got a whistle on the other end. And the referee is blew a whistle. I don't know what that was about. But we'll see. So it'll be Raiders inbounding. 6 minutes to go in this fourth period. Pooler will inbound. And guess what? Blake DeVries stepped in front and took the ball away.
I'm not sure if you can go back there a second time.
I mean, you guys should have gotten to see that with a real close eye. Nordmeyer for 3. Shot no good. Blake DeVries knocked the ball away. In for Tanner Dreitz. Oh, he was gonna. Shot no good. I don't know what the call was there.
I think we've been asking ourselves the question, can he? Well, now we know.
Coming the other direction. Colt back on Pooler. Pooler trying to drive inside. No good. Hansen with the 3. That's Hansen's spot. I don't know why he tries to shoot from the side. 3-pointer good. 43-33 Elks. Corner for Dreitz. Beck saves it. Blake DeVries will pick it up. That ball kind of went everywhere, but finally went out of bounds, and it'll be Raiders basketball. 5:11 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Raider contingent is happy.
This, maybe the way the first half played out, maybe you were writing yourselves out of this one, but the Raiders have had something to say about it here in the second half. They were able to put a little bit of a comeback in the third quarter, and now they add to it here in the fourth. And sure, it's not all the way done yet. There's still plenty of work to go, but Hansen seems to have found a way to get online. You still got some Bickett. You might not have him for very long, but you got him in there. So,
and right now the Raiders are on a 6-2 run. With 5:11 left to go, it won't take long for them to catch back up at that rate.
The Elks have gone on a little bit of a scoring drought. I'm not sure if that's the dedication to shooting the 3 ball over the zone once again, or exactly what to blame that on, but they need to find a way to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, I do think part of that is actually Bickett just being in the game. He is a force. Even if he doesn't make anything, he does take up a lot of space. So 5:11 left to go in this fourth quarter. Elks lead 43-33. The Raiders are on a 6-2 run. Wall and Bickett are both in the game now, so both the big men for the Raiders. Pooler will bring the ball up. Beck almost got it away from him, and guess who steps in front of that pass? Blake DeVries. Blake DeVries should have gone up with that one hard. That would have been Bickett, and that would have been the end of him. But Blake DeVries makes the layup. Hansen, left side for the Raiders. Erickson not letting him by easy. And they're going to call him, interesting call there. The referee on the other side was calling a blocking foul just as the other referee was putting his hand behind his head to call a charge.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why I maybe agree with the blocking call. As great a work as Erickson did there, he wasn't able to get his feet set as he was keeping up. So
Right, he was moving a lot. I would agree on that one. Out to Bickett. Bickett's going to lose that ball out of bounds, but not quite. DeVries will get the rebound, or the loose ball after Bickett saved it. And Dreitz will take it end to end. And Pooler will bring the ball up for the Raiders. Pooler with the short shot, no good. Blake DeVries with the rebound. They give it to Beck, 4:20 to go in this fourth quarter, 47-33. It's now a 6-6 game in the fourth quarter. The Elkton Lake Benton Elks have come back to life. Riley Nordmeyer, right side to Dreitz. Dreitz for a 12-footer, shot no good. Rebound, Hansen. Quickly out to Pooler. And the Raiders are going to take a 30-second timeout to talk about it.
yeah, this is going to require a little bit of a change in pace, and I don't mean that just as much as get up the floor faster, but we need to be taking some faster shots if you're the Raiders here. You need to get yourself to the positions you feel comfortable scoring from, and if that's Hansen, you want to go to the top of the key, right? Let the guy fire.
Right, Hansen's taken 3 shots from the top of the key for 3, and they've all gone in. He's taken 2 or 3 from the sides, and all of them have doinked off. So I'm guessing if you want to shoot a 3, get him to the top of the key.
Right, and you have to solve some problems at the same time here if you're the Raiders. You have to find a way to get Pooler some space to operate, because he is getting suffocated right now. Not a guy I'd want to be at the moment, but if you can get him the space to operate, which allows him to run the offense and get Hansen set up to shoot and Bickett set up to rebound, you got yourself a chance here.
Yeah, definitely. So 3:52 left to go in the fourth quarter. Elks lead 47-33. Hansen will inbound. Gets it to Olsen. Olsen give it back to Pooler. He'll set up their offense. Gives it back to Hansen. Hansen, that give and go, or the roll away for Bickett's been open every time. Hansen from the corner for 3, shot no good. Oh, a good bounce around, went in. Took a couple more bounces on the rim and dropped down in there. Tanner Stein, right side, dribbling all the way inside, pops it out to Dreitz. Dreitz will dribble in, shot up and in, good. Bickett can't be as aggressive, he's got 4 fouls. 3:10 to go. Pooler. Right side to Olsen. They're going to call that on Tanner Stein, even though it looked like a forearm shiver from Olsen here. But that'll be Tanner Stein's 5th. He'll sit down. So Stein will sit down, and Elliot Erickson will come into the game, who's also got 4 fouls. Pooler will inbound to Wall, out to Olsen, down to Pooler in the corner. Pooler from a long 3, shot no good. Tanner Dreitz with the rebound. Nobody's in front of Dreitz. He'll go all the way up and dunk it in. 2:48 to go, and Tanner Dreitz puts an exclamation point on that one. Pooler inside, out to Olsen. Olsen from the corner, shot no good. Rebound, Blake DeVries. Gets it to Tanner Dreitz. Dreitz will push it up, left side to Nibby. Nibby underneath to Blake DeVries, and him with a shot in and good. 2:25 to go, and the lead starts to increase here for the Elks. Pooler will bring the ball up for the Raiders. Nibby knocked the ball away. Pooler fell down quickly to Nibby forward. He'll wait for Olsen to fly past him and make the layup. 55-36. Elks. 2:01 to go in this fourth period. You can see the fatigue start to set in on the Raiders. Hansen dribbling inside. Tried to draw a foul. Nothing there. Everybody was set. Dreets the other way for three. No good. Pooler with the rebound. Pooler hustles up, kicks it out to Wall. Inside to Olsen. Olsen with a little short shot, no good. Blake DeVries with the rebound and saves it from out of bounds. And Bickett will get his fifth foul, and Bickett will be done. And Malish will come into the game. Bickett didn't even question it, argue nothing. He just went straight to the bench.
Might have been a little bit of the thought process that's 5 up and downs I've had to do here. I'm done, coach.
Big man said, we probably can't catch him. Can I rest? Yeah, I'll just foul and I'm done. A great game today by Bickett. Colt Beck will bring the ball up. Raiders have gone to a zone. Nibby, left side to Beck. Corner for Dreets, back to Beck. All the way over for Nibby, in the corner for Erickson. Erickson will dribble inside, take the short little layup. Good. 57-36, lead is now 21. 1:08 left to go in this ball game. Pooler, drive all the way up, give it over to Hansen. Hansen looking for the baseline, nothing there. Shot misses completely. Wall will get the rebound and miss it. Nibby will get the inbound, take it quickly the other direction. Out to Nibby from Nordmeyer. Dreets dribbling inside. Shot up, no good. Erickson got the rebound. Out to Nibby. 40 seconds to go in this one. Coach Erickson will take a timeout, and we'll get a lot of new team members in here. This will be fun.
You better get the roster out.
Holy buckets. Both teams swapping out. We got Wicks, number 20, Anderson, Zayd Anderson, number 15, Dayton Olson, number 50, Brody Wessel, and number 42, Wall, who's already in the game for the Raiders. And we've got Neal, Wesley, Olson, Whisker, and number 23, Berkeley Hemmon for the Elks. 22 seconds left. Number 15, Olson brings the ball up. Over to Wicks, right side. Wicks for three. Shot up. Good. Beautiful three by Wicks. 12 seconds to go here. Hemmon will bring the ball up on the right side. He'll take his time. He's just going to let this clock go. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 1, and that'll be the ball game. Elks come into Ramona, South Dakota, and win this one 60-39 in Ramona, South Dakota against the ORR Raiders. So final stats are brought to us by Shorty's Hot Box Food Truck. Big or small, Shorty's Hot Box can serve a group from their food truck, or they love attending festivals and fairs. Contact Kim for a customized quote. Amazing customer service with great food that's served super fast. Steven, what did you see there in that one?
Well, the first thing I want to highlight is if you're a fan of the Raiders, you got something to hang your hat on tonight. This is a good Elk team that came into town, and you proved that your record is not, you're better than your record shows. And I think they gave the Elks a little bit of a wake-up call there in the third quarter. That's about all you can ask for in a matchup like this, right? You guys played well. It's a tough matchup across the board, so shout out to them. Great job there. Elks really, end of the day, you put it all on paper. They came in and took care of business, put a stamp on it, and sent it out the door in an envelope, right? They were expected to win this one and played real good basketball doing it. As the Elks get towards the end of their season here, right, you're starting to look for the little things that are going to make a difference later on, right? As we head into March, what matters? What kind of matchups can I put these guys on? And Coach Erickson is definitely going through the gambit on those types of things. Can I get a guy like Stein on a guy as big as Bickett? Can I take a guy's left hand entirely away like I can with Colt Beck? And that's what he's using these types of games to find out, right? Really exciting game to watch, I think, all things considered.
Agreed, 100%. I think ORR did a great job out here tonight. Kind of find out who they are tonight. You know, I don't know if the Elks came in and kind of underestimated the Raiders, but they did have to fight this one out. It wasn't an easy win by any means. They did kind of pull away at the end. I think that was them just continuing to play and keep fighting hard, and ended up getting them forward in the end. So, player of the game is provided to us by the Lake Benton Resort. Come see the beautiful view of Lake Benton. 1 and 2 bedroom rentals available in summer and winter. Fully furnished with kitchen. Hang out in the bar and restaurant. Fishing bait, supplies, and off sale also available. Come see Randy and the gang and get a pizza down at the Lake Benton Resort. Stephen, who do you got for the Elks and Lake Benton player of the game?
Sure. I had to think about this one a little bit until I really didn't. A lot of guys played really good ball games out there. You know, you talk about some of my favorite guys, Stein, Nibby, DeVries, Colt Beck had a great game as well. But you can't come into the barn in the middle of South Dakota and yell slam time and jam it down and not walk away with player of the game. So my player of the game is going to go to Tanner Dreetz. Huge explosive play. He went for it twice and was able to convert it once. Not something you get to see a lot in high school basketball. So chalk that one as a win column for the spectators. He was electric tonight.
Yeah, I would agree. Tanner Dreetz did his thing tonight. He hit a bunch of threes, played the defense, got a bunch of rebounds, and yes, of course, he missed the first one, but that was well contested. The second one was contested as well, but he put that one down. So congratulations tonight for Tanner Dreetz being our Elkton Lake Benton Resort Player of the Game, and that'll be it for Stephen and I tonight. And we will be back here tomorrow as the girls come into town in the Ramona, South Dakota to play the Oldham Ramona Rutland Lady Raiders.
There you go. Get it out.
That'll be tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. But that's it for us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.